Hi there, welcome to Freelance Equine. My name is Lisa Dixon and I'm here to tell you a little about our work. As the name suggests, I'm a freelance trainer specialising in trick training and horsemanship. So a little about me. I went to Moulton College and completed my BTEC National Diploma in Horse Management in 2009, as well as completing my BHS Stage 3. At the time, I wanted to teach when I was older, so I guess I've ended up how I planned, if not quite the normal traditional riding instruction I had in mind back then. I worked as a show groom upon leaving college, but quickly disliked that and went back to teaching full-time at the riding school I grew up at instead. I then decided a few years later to try an office job, so decided to work in equine insurance. This lasted a few years and taught me a lot. However, corporate life didn't really suit me and I made the decision to go commercial with my own horses and work for myself instead. This led to Freelance Equine starting in 2018, where I decided there was demand for trick training and groundwork. I decided to start sharing my trick training knowledge as well as constantly improving my own skills by offering lessons, online tuition, as well as doing workbooks and sessions with my own horses as well. We applied for our performing animals licence, which we were awarded and allowed to do so. Trick training is just a form of groundwork and creates more understanding with your horse. I've had a keen interest in trick training over the last 10 years, as I was lucky enough to meet a very experienced horsemanship trainer called Roger, who took me and my horse Sparks under his guidance and got us started. Sadly, this was at the end of my showgroom work, so our time was cut short when I moved back home, but we carried on ourselves and figured the rest out and continued new tricks and continued to train ourselves as well. So part of the trick training that we do does include basic liberty work. This means that the horse works with no tack, no ropes, and is completely at liberty with you. It's not what I class as natural horsemanship, I just tend to call it horsemanship. To me, liberty focuses a horse on understanding clear cues and being happy enough and schooled enough to still carry out the movements freely. I like to use it as a tool just to test how well and clear I've trained them, and I'd like to think if one of my horses got loose or I had a tack malfunction, a disaster could be avoided by having solid liberty work in place. Here are some video clips of some of our basic liberty work that we've done in the past. If you are interested, there are more videos on our Facebook page, which you can feel free to check it out. It's Freelance Equine, Trick Training and Horsemanship. The horse in this video for the remainder of the liberty work is a PRE gelding called Corralito, who's owned by Historic Equitation. I do work for them as well. I do historical work, which I will go over towards the end of the video. We also do public demonstrations and hands-on trick clinics as well for things like riding clubs and equestrian centres, so people get to have a go and learn how to do it on a schooled horse as well. Our main work that we also do are public clinics which focus on groundwork and horsemanship. We focus these on in-hand work, groundwork exercises, obstacles and de-spooking clinics. These we do nationally. We've gone as far as Yorkshire or all the way down to the Isle of Wight, and they're for people's own horses to attend, focusing on manners, handling, in-hand schooling and confidence building. Here are some videos from previous clinics to show the type of work that we aim on. A separate part of my work is historic riding events with a company called Historic Equitation run by Dominic Sewell. I work for him freelance, and it means I get to go to events around the UK and abroad with the company. Dominic specialises in historical equitation, as his company name suggests. A large part of the work is jousting. This is a medieval sport which we recreate at various events at various historical sites, both nationally and internationally, and it's a huge test of bravery and skill for both horse and rider. Historic equitation do quite a bit of TV and documentary work, so you may occasionally see them on TV as well. Here we are at Pendennis in 2019 jousting. If you are interested more in historic equitation, they are a riding school, so please do find them on Facebook under Historic Equitation. Historic equitation also do battle reenactments, such as famous battles like the Battle of Hastings. Dominic's passion for historic riding centres around the works of the dressage masters. He's proud to present the Cavendish horse shows at Bolsover Castle, where he recreates the life and works of William Cavendish, the Duke of Newcastle. Bolsover Castle is in Derbyshire and holds the last remaining working riding house in the UK, so to have the horses and be able to ride there is something extremely special, and we're very lucky to do so. The shows include things such as airs above the ground, as well as low airs such as Piaffe and Passage. The turnout for these shows, my previous showgroom career, definitely helped, as the horses must be spotless, as well as be perfectly plaited up, tails and Spanish knots, and all horses adorned in their typical 17th century tack and decorations as well, as you can see in these photos. My advice for anyone in the future would be to work hard but absolutely love the job that you do. If you don't enjoy your job, it's a huge part of your life and just not worth it. Working for yourself is obviously hard work and there are difficulties compared to employment. However, I get to make my own hours, I have time for my own horses, I get to use my own horses for my work, so they pay for themselves, which is nice. My work also lets me go to so many new places and travel around a lot, and again, I get to take my horses with me. I've gained many memories and even met my other half, who also jousts for Dom, and I have a varied life that's always interesting. Of course, I owe everything I have to my horses, Sparks and Fireworks, as they're the ones that do the hard work. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and have some ideas.